Squeak Sports Day by Steve Barker, read by Bethany Barker. Chapter 1, A Day of Excitement. Once upon a time, a mouse named Squeak lived in a cozy village nestled amidst rolling hills and lush green meadows. He wasn't just any mouse, he was brave and curious, always ready for a new adventure. Every morning, his whiskers twitched with excitement as he greeted the day, inspiring those around him with his fearless spirit. Squeak bounded out of his cozy burrow one sunny morning, his heart brimming with anticipation.
Good morning, world.
Today was the annual sports day, a day filled with laughter, games, and friendly competition. Squeak's excitement was palpable as he couldn't wait to join in the fun. As he scampered through the village, he waved to his friends, the chirping sparrows, the busy bees, and the friendly rabbits tending to their gardens. The village buzzed with activity, and Squeak couldn't help but smile at the sight of everyone bustling about, preparing for the day's festivities. Reaching the village center, Squeak was greeted by intense excitement. Banners fluttered in the breeze, and the scent of freshly baked treats filled the air. His whiskers twitched with delight as he took in the colorful decorations and cheerful chatter. But amidst all the hustle and bustle, Squeak noticed something unusual: a mouse sitting alone by the side of the road, her eyes filled with sadness. Curiosity piqued, he approached her with a friendly smile.
Hi there.
He greeted warmly.
What's wrong? Why are you sitting here all alone?
The mouse, Lily, looked up, surprised by Squeak's kindness.
Oh, hello.
She replied softly.
I'm having some trouble with my wheelchair. I really wanted to join in the sports day, but now I can't.
Squeak's heart went out to Lily. He couldn't bear to see anyone feeling sad, especially on such a special day. Filled with a deep sense of kindness and empathy, he said, determination shining in his eyes. He couldn't bear to see anyone feeling left out, especially on such a special day.
Don't worry, Lily.
He reassured her.
I'll help you fix it. Together, we'll make sure you can join in all the fun.
Lily looked up, surprised by Squeak's kindness.
You would do that for me?
She asked, her voice hopeful.
Of course.
Squeak replied brightly.
Friends help each other, especially on sports day.
Lily couldn't help but feel grateful for Squeak's friendship as they worked side by side.
Thank you, Squeak!
She said softly, a smile tugging at the corners of her mouth.
I'm so glad I met you.
Squeak beamed back at her, his heart filled with happiness.
Anytime, Lily. We're a team now, and together, there's nothing we can't do.
With renewed determination, Squeak and Lily set off on an adventure to fix Lily's wheelchair, their hearts filled with hope and excitement. Their friendship grew stronger with each passing moment, fueled by courage, determination, and the unwavering belief that they could accomplish anything together. Little did they know their journey would bring them closer together and inspire their entire village in ways they never imagined. Chapter 2, The Quest begins. Their first stop was the village shops, where they hoped to find the tools and materials they needed to fix Lily's wheelchair. As they entered the first shop, Lily's wheelchair creaked and groaned beneath her weight, a reminder of the task ahead.
Where should we start?
Lily asked, looking around the shop with uncertainty. Squeak rubbed his tiny paws together, his mind racing with possibilities.
Let's start by looking for some sturdy bolts and screws. We'll need them to secure the wheels and frame of the wheelchair.
Together, they scoured the shelves, searching for the perfect bolts and screws. But just as they were about to give up hope, they spotted a small box tucked away in the corner of the shop. Inside were exactly the items they needed: sturdy bolts and screws in all shapes and sizes. With their first challenge overcome, Squeak and Lily continued their quest, visiting shop after shop in search of the needed materials. Along the way, they encountered many challenges and setbacks, but refused to let them deter their spirits. Finally, after hours of searching and scavenging, they found themselves standing before the last shop in the village, the home of Mr. Grumblebee, the wise old bee.
Mr. Grumblebee!
Squeak called out, his voice filled with excitement.
We need your help.
Mr. Grumblebee emerged from the shop, his wings buzzing with curiosity.
What seems to be the problem, my young friends?
He asked, his voice gruff but kind. Squeak and Lily explained their predicament, telling Mr. Grumblebee about Lily's broken wheelchair and their quest to fix it for Sports Day. Mr. Grumblebee listened intently and nodded his head in understanding.
I see,
He said thoughtfully.
It seems you've encountered quite a few challenges along the way. But fear not, for I have an idea that just might solve your problem.
With that, Mr. Grumblebee led Squeak and Lily into his garden, where a magnificent tree stood tall and proud. Perched on one of its branches was a colorful kite made of ribbons and twine. Squeak and Lily gazed up at the magnificent tree in Mr. Grumblebee's garden, their eyes wide with wonder at the kite fluttering gently in the breeze.
This kite, plus one more,
Mr. Grumblebee explained,
can be tied to Lily's wheelchair. It will help her race along, making her part of the Sports Day celebrations.
Squeak and Lily's eyes lit up with excitement. They couldn't believe the kindness and ingenuity of their friend Mr. Grumblebee. With his assistance, they tied the kite to the wheelchair securely, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Lily's eyes sparkled with joy as she imagined herself zooming through the meadow, the kite lifting her spirits and carrying her forward.
That's amazing!
She exclaimed, her voice filled with excitement. Squeak nodded enthusiastically, his whiskers twitching with excitement.
Thank you, Mr. Grumblebee. This is just what we needed to make Lily's dream come true.
Mr. Grumblebee chuckled softly, his wings buzzing with satisfaction.
It was my pleasure, my young friends. Remember, in times of trouble, it's important to think outside the box and find creative solutions to your problems.
With Mr. Grumblebee's words of wisdom ringing in their ears, Squeak and Lily set to work, tying the kite to Lily's wheelchair with care and precision. As they worked, they couldn't help but feel a renewed sense of hope and determination.
Look at us, Squeak!
Lily said, her eyes shining with pride.
We may be small, but together, we can accomplish anything.
Squeak grinned back at her, his heart swelling with pride.
That's right, Lily. With friendship and determination, there's nothing we can't do.
With the kite securely tied to Lily's wheelchair, Squeak and Lily set off on their next adventure, their hearts filled with hope and excitement. Little did they know, their journey was far from over, and the greatest challenges were yet to come. But with the wisdom of Mr. Grumblebee guiding their way, they were ready to face whatever obstacles lay ahead. Chapter 3: Building the Kite Wheelchair. With Mr. Grumblebee's ingenious solution in place, Squeak and Lily set out to bring the kite wheelchair to life. Their first task was to gather the materials to make the second kite from around the village.
Let's start by gathering some strong twine and colorful ribbons for the kite.
Squeak suggested, his eyes bright with excitement. Lily nodded in agreement, her wheelchair creaking with anticipation.
And we'll need some sturdy branches to build the frame.
She added, scanning the nearby trees for suitable materials. Together, they scoured the village, collecting everything they needed for their project. With each item they found, their excitement grew, and soon, they had gathered everything they needed to bring their vision to life. Once they had all the materials they needed, Squeak and Lily set to work designing the modifications for the wheelchair. They sketched their ideas on scraps of paper, their imaginations running wild with possibilities.
We'll attach the twine to the back of the wheelchair like this.
Squeak explained, pointing to his sketch.
Then we'll tie the ribbons to the twine to create the kite's tail.
Lily nodded in approval, her eyes sparkling with excitement.
And we'll use the branches to build a sturdy frame to support the kites.
She added, adding her ideas to the design. With their plan in place, Squeak and Lily set to work constructing the modifications for the wheelchair. They worked tirelessly, tying the twine, attaching the ribbons, and building the frame with care and precision. Finally, after hours of hard work, the modifications were complete, and the kite wheelchair was ready for testing. With bated breath, Squeak and Lily watched as Lily climbed into her wheelchair and prepared for takeoff.
Here goes nothing!
Lily exclaimed, her heart pounding with excitement. With a gentle push, Squeak sent Lily racing across the meadow, the kites lifting her spirits and carrying her forward. As she soared through the air, her laughter filled the village, a testament to the success of their project. With the prototypes successfully tested, Squeak and Lily set to work finalizing the design of the kite wheelchair. With each tweak and adjustment, they made sure that it was perfect and ready to be showcased at the upcoming sports day. As they put the finishing touches on their creation, Squeak and Lily couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Together, they overcame every obstacle and created something extraordinary, a wheelchair that could race down the track. Chapter 4: The Day of the Sports Day. The afternoon of the sports day arrived bright and sunny, filling the village with excitement and anticipation. Squeak and Lily could hardly contain their excitement as they made their final preparations for the big event.
Are you ready, Lily?
Squeak asked, his whiskers twitching with excitement. Lily nodded eagerly, her wheelchair gleaming in the morning sunlight.
I've never been more ready, Squeak! Let's show everyone what we can do!
With their spirits high, Squeak and Lily made their way to the meadow, where the sports day festivities were already in full swing. Animals of all shapes and sizes gathered together, laughing and cheering as they prepared for the afternoon's events. But as Squeak and Lily arrived, they couldn't help but notice the skeptical looks on some of the villagers' faces. It seemed that not everyone was convinced that Lily's wheelchair would be able to compete in the events.
Are you ready, Lily?
Squeak asked, his voice filled with excitement. Lily nodded eagerly, her eyes shining with determination.
I'm ready, Squeak. Let's do this.
Squeak whispered, sensing her unease.
We'll show them what we're made of.
With determination burning in their hearts, Squeak and Lily took their places at the starting line, ready to compete in the first event of the day, the wheelchair race. As the starting horn sounded, they raced forward, the kites easily carrying her forward. The crowd gasped in amazement as they watched Lily soar down the track, her laughter echoing across the meadow. It was a sight unlike anything they had ever seen before, and they couldn't help but cheer as she crossed the finish line in first place. Their cheers echoed across the meadow. Squeak and Lily grinned from ear to ear as they basked in the glow of their victory. The other animals gathered around them as they returned to the sidelines, their eyes shining with admiration.
That was amazing.
One of them exclaimed.
You two are an inspiration to us all.
Squeak and Lily beamed with pride as they thanked their friends for their kind words. But their celebration was only just beginning. Throughout the day, Squeak and Lily participated in various events, showing unwavering determination in their competition. Each victory they achieved served as proof to the skeptical villagers that anything is possible with friendship and determination. The villagers cheered and celebrated their accomplishments, but Squeak and Lily knew their journey was far from over. As long as they had each other, they were confident they could overcome any challenge and make the world better for everyone. They inspired others to believe in themselves and chase their dreams, no matter what obstacles stood in their way. But their greatest reward wasn't the medals around their necks, it was the friendships they had formed, the lessons they had learned, and the knowledge that together, they had made the world a better place for everyone. They showed everyone the true importance of Sports Day, not just as a day of competition but as a day of unity, friendship, and celebration. It was a day where differences were celebrated, and everyone was included, regardless of their abilities. Chapter 5: A New Beginning. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village, Squeak and Lily sat on a grassy hill overlooking the meadow. The sounds of laughter and celebration drifted up to them as the villagers continued to revel in the success of the sports day.
It's been quite a day, hasn't it, Lily?
Squeak said, breaking the comfortable silence between them. Lily nodded, a contented smile on her face.
It has, Squeak. I've never felt so happy and proud.
Squeak grinned, his whiskers twitching with excitement.
Me neither, Lily. But you know what? I think this is just the beginning for us.
Lily cocked her head, curiosity shining in her eyes.
What do you mean, Squeak?
Squeak's grin widened as he explained his idea.
Lily, we've shown everyone what we can do today. But there's still so much more we can do to make our village an even better place.
Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement as she caught on to Squeak's enthusiasm.
You're right, Squeak. There are so many ways we can help others and make a difference.
Squeak and Lily made a pact. They vowed to continue spreading the message of inclusivity and acceptance throughout their village and beyond. They would organize more events and activities that allowed everyone to showcase their abilities and form friendships, just like they had done on Sports Day. Chapter 6: The Message of Squeak and Lily. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village, Squeak and Lily stood before their friends and neighbors, ready to share their final message.
Thank you all for joining us today.
Squeak began, his voice filled with gratitude.
Today has been a day of celebration and friendship, but it's also been a day of learning and growth.
Lily nodded in agreement, her eyes shining with emotion.
We've learned that no matter our differences, we can accomplish amazing things when we work together.
The villagers nodded in agreement, their faces reflecting the lessons they had learned throughout the day. Squeak continued, his voice ringing out across the meadow.
We may be small, but together, we can make a big difference in the world. We can create a world where everyone is accepted for who they are and celebrated for their unique talents, disabilities, and abilities.
The villagers cheered in agreement, their hearts filled with hope and determination.
And so,
Lily added, her voice strong and clear.
let us take the spirit of today with us into tomorrow. Let us continue to spread love, acceptance, and inclusivity wherever we go. And let us always remember the legacy of Squeak and Lily, the two tiny friends who showed us that we can change the world together.
With those final words, Squeak and Lily took each other's hands and turned to face the setting sun, their hearts full of love and gratitude for the village that had become their home. As the stars twinkled in the night sky, the villagers joined hands and raised their voices in song, celebrating the message of hope and unity that Squeak and Lily had shared. Though their journey had come to an end, Squeak and Lily's legacy would live on forever in the hearts of those they had touched, inspiring kindness, acceptance, and friendship wherever they went. As they looked towards the future, Squeak and Lily knew that they had a lot of work ahead of them. But with their friendship, determination, and the support of their village behind them, they knew that anything was possible. So, hand in hand, they set off into the night, ready to begin a new chapter in their journey together, a chapter filled with hope, love, and endless possibilities.